Hi everyone. I decided to go ahead and come live even though Julie had to cancel. Unfortunately, she was having some cell phone issues. I'm just going to give everybody a minute to come in. I'm not going to stay on very long. I just wanted to touch base and do a video putting her face out there since I had one planned for tonight. Let's let people join us here. Hi, Gabby. How are you? I'm going to go ahead and share the link to the group real quick. Like I said, I canceled the other live. Jolie was supposed to be with me. I did have to cancel it. Unfortunately, her phone was dying, and where she lives, if she would have went home and tried to charge it, unfortunately, her phone wouldn't have had service. So she kind of was between a rock and a hard place and had to cancel. We will do it again, though. Julie's come on before with me several times. And then other family members also have come on before. So I know that it's not about coming on. It was literally just an unfortunate circumstance, sadly. This is Ariel's 45 days missing. So I wanted to come out, and even if I'm not going to be on here very long, put her face out there and make sure everyone knows that she has an $11,000 reward for her disappearance. If you have any information leading to an arrest or leading to her location. I just want to say thank you to everybody who came to the rally over the weekend. It looked like there was only like 3 or 4 people there. But the thing was, people were coming and going. So as others were showing up, other people were showing up to replace them, basically, as people were leaving, I mean. So it was kind of nice that they had like a nonstop little train of people. There is going to be another rally on Saturday at the entrance into, or wait, let me look at the location. Hold on one second. If there's anybody in the chat who knows the location. I think it's at the Jack in the Box, I want to say, actually. Let me pull it up here. One second. Sorry. Hello. Hi, True Crime Vibe Tribe. So I was just going to play this video from the news. For anybody who hadn't seen it, I'll play that while I look for this flyer real quick for you guys. Do you guys have sound? Can you hear the video? Yes, this is live. Yep. Hi, Princess. Is the video playing sound? Yes, this is live. Nope. Yep. Why isn't the sound working? Hold on one second. Can anybody hear the video that's playing? Put a 1 in the chat if you can hear it. No? Okay. So let's do it this way. We'll do it the ghetto way. I'll play it through my speakers.
Push for answers about a missing Waimanalo girl. Loved ones say their requests for information on the investigation are being ignored. Our Lynn Kawana reports on their efforts, plus pressure to keep the girl's siblings away from her adoptive parents.
The building at Waikamila Road near Nimitz Highway houses one office of child welfare services. The group says they are concerned about an upcoming court hearing involving the missing girl's sibling. Isabella Ariel Kalua was reported missing 44 days ago. Biological relatives joined a small group of protesters outside the Kalihi office of CWS Wednesday.
We as a family, we do the things that we can, and we're not going to stop.
Kalua has been part of the foster system since she was a baby. Her adoptive parents reported she walked out of their Waimanalo home September 12th in the middle of the night, a claim many have questioned. Biological family members say they have been provided no updates from the state agency or Honolulu Police.
It's definitely frustrating because, we would like answers. I mean, even some type of information letting us know where they're at with the case.
Hawaii News Now has repeatedly asked HPD for interviews and updates in recent weeks. HPD declined again, only saying they continue to investigate the girl's disappearance and want to remind people of the reward for information in the case. A Change.org petition with about 1,800 signatures says a court hearing next month will be held regarding the Kalua's adoption of the girl's sibling. A spokesperson for CWS could not verify that or comment specifically on the case, but in general said in a statement that adoption is ordered and approved by a family court judge after considering several factors, including whether the adoptive parents are fit and proper, financially able to give the child a proper home and education, and whether the adoption will be in the best interest of that child. I'm Lynn Kawano, Hawaii News Now.
So I just wanted to play that for those of you who didn't see that. Basically, it's just saying, the police still are not giving any updates whatsoever in this case, which is really frustrating. But I wanted to highlight the fact that, the community is still pushing. Her family is still pushing. We're not going to give up. We're not going to stop pushing this case into the public's eye as much as we possibly can. The petition I wanted to show you guys is at 1,818 signatures officially. And that, again, is the petition to stop the baby sister's adoption on November 16th. Curiously enough, I'm wondering if they'll even still be qualified because of the fact that Lehua filed for bankruptcy recently. She filed for bankruptcy in, I want to say, August, and started her court cases shortly after Ariel went missing. Okay, and then the other thing I wanted to show you guys was I keep telling people, please do not donate on the petition. This petition, while it is great for getting signatures, getting it out into the public's eye, and gathering people to rally for petitions very easily, they got a lot of throwback from whenever George Floyd happened, because they gained almost $1 million, this petition company does. And if you look, even though I keep posting, please don't donate to the petition, look at all these donations that people are sending to the petition. And unfortunately, none of this money goes to the family. So please, if you're wanting to donate to their cause, please do not donate to the petition. Like I said, they do not get this money. This all goes to the petition company. If you look, whenever you press the donate button, it says, yes, I'll chip in $8 to distribute this petition. It doesn't go into support, unfortunately, for anything that the family is trying to do. The fundraiser currently for the family, if you wanted to donate to that, they're currently at $2,140. Basically, what this is going for is they need a lawyer to try to fight for this youngest child. They need a lawyer to try to fight to overturn the adoption of the 3 older siblings who were already adopted. Unfortunately, at this point, if Lehua and Sunny were to be arrested for anything involving this disappearance, even, say they're guilty of something, unfortunately, these children would still be offered to the Kalua family before they would ever get offered back to the biological family, because the adoption was finalized. I've pushed my direct contact with an HPD to update everyone regarding the reports made. I also asked, why hasn't someone been arrested with the eyewitness accounts? Not sure if this helps, but the police know the Kaluas are guilty of doing something to Ariel. The eyewitness account in Norcolma Beach, Crystal's parents live near there. Yeah, so the thing is, they need proof, and I understand the way that the system works. After Casey Anthony's case, with her walking free, the police are very cautious about arresting somebody without foolproof evidence. And the reason for that is they don't want them to walk. So sometimes cases take a little bit more time to make sure that they dot all their I's and cross all their T's, to make sure that they have 100% foolproof. This would be a lot easier if we could find her, find where she is. I pray that she's alive somewhere. I don't want to say that she's dead. I would rather believe that she is alive somewhere, but we still need to know where that somewhere is. So again, this is going towards a lawyer to try to agree. They want to prove CPS's negligence and their misconduct in this case and get the adoption overturned because it was done illegally. I mean, these people should never have had this child. CPS laws, bylaws say that, felonies and stuff like that pretty much make you off the table. We know that they have felonies in their background. They're not financially qualified because they have the bankruptcy. Like there was a lot of things that happened. We seen a comment. I posted a little bit of it. Somebody had sent me in the group. Let me just read the excerpt from that text. It says, at the time I was at the school, I did tell teachers about bruising I seen on her body. The school did say they were keeping an eye on it and have made reports. So even whenever she was in pre-K, this would have been the 2018 to 2019 school year. Even back then, people were reporting abuse. And that backs up what Melanie has told us. The biological mom has said that she kept reporting abuse to them and that no one was listening to her. And the more that she said that they were being abused, Ariel and her older sister, the more that she said that about them, the less that they let her see them. And then they eventually took visitation rights away from her altogether. Now, we know that that family is not perfect. We know that Melanie and Adam have issues, but their issues did not make Ariel disappear. Whenever they went into custody, they should have went to a safe home, not to somewhere that, people have felonies and people they're surrounded with have drug issues and everything like that. So that's the issue with this case. CPS has failed them time and time again. And then we see them doing things like the comments on the Facebook group gaslighting the parents. This is a CPS official. And then the comments on the YouTube videos that are also, gaslighting the family and talking about a gagged case. This is a gagged case. And this is her social worker, allegedly, on these YouTube videos, making comments about her case. Like, you can't do that. They can't do that. So if anything, this family has a huge lawsuit against CPS and they don't want to use it to financially gain. They want to use this leverage to get their babies back. The father's side of the family was never offered a chance, did not know that they were in custody until after the 60 to 90 days went past where you can file for custody. So they did not have a chance to even get her in their custody. So this is where we're at with this case, though. We need to find her. This is the home that she allegedly walked away from, but she didn't just wander off. And as you see, there's fencing everywhere. So she didn't walk through grass. She didn't walk across yards. She would have had to go out the main road. And there are cameras out their driveway that people would have seen her on if she did walk away. Yeah, they can't. They never are allowed to speak about a case. You're right, Tammy. They're not. They can't do that. But they did. Like, this is the most unprofessional, corrupt little agency I've ever seen in my life. And I don't know if it's because it's a small island. Like, CPS has issues everywhere. But I've never, it blows my mind that they really went on to YouTube and Facebook groups and started commenting. Like, are you kidding me? You can't do that. You can't do that. But like I said, I just wanted to come live and thank everybody who was able to go to the protest. Thank everybody who's been sharing her name. I have a couple different creators now who are saying that they're going to try to make videos on her case. And ultimately, our goal is to make sure that people can see what's going on this small island. Because, you know, because there's only, 5,000 people in her little community, and the island, to drive from one end of the island to the other is 40 minutes if you don't hit traffic. Like that's the size of this area that we're talking about. It's a very small island, and it's just, we want to make sure it like the corruption, everybody knows everybody. They're all friends, they're all related. Even within the Kalua family, within our group, we have relatives on both sides. And so it's like, it's hard, but everybody knows everybody. So you can't really exclude the relatives. We need everybody coming together. We need everyone looking for her. But like I said, I want to get the mainland in on this because the mainland needs to see the CPS corruption. They need to see what you guys are dealing with, and maybe that will help you be able to change laws. The worker has had one father sue her in federal court for not allowing him the chance to get his children, instead putting them in foster care. She also has had a case where the mother followed all. Yeah, so we've read all that. Those posts are in the group too, of the different things that these workers have been doing. It's awful that we even have to look at it. You know what I mean? It's awful that it's even a thing. This family is devastated, and they're out there searching on their own. There are locals out there searching on their own, and it shouldn't have to be like that. She should have never been put into a home that was dangerous. She should have never been put somewhere that people weren't caring for her. Yeah, CPS is bad everywhere. You're right. It is. It's awful. But the thing is, everywhere else, there is like a little bit of oversight. Like there are still cases like Gabriel Hernandez that happen, unfortunately. Khaleesi, Angel Nicole Overstreet. Those are all CPS failures. But in the CPS failures on the mainland, you don't see the supervisors backing the failed associate. And in this case, we have the head of the one side of the island's organization, on Facebook commenting and feeling comfortable about it. Like, as much as it's bad everywhere, it's worse in Hawaii. I feel like you guys got everything magnified because it's the good old boys club. Everybody's so comfortable in their positions that they just overlook everything that goes wrong. It's crazy to me. And then we have the issue, people in the group are hanging flyers, like they're doing a great job. There's flyers getting put up everywhere. And then they're driving past the next day and they're ripped down or they're shredded. So I'm not sure who is doing that, but it sucks. Like, this is a baby. Why are you guys trying to stop her name from being spread? I don't know. But like I said, I just wanted to come on for a few minutes and just touch base, just keep putting her name out there, putting her face out there. I want her to get coverage as much as possible. Hopefully some other creators get in on this and we can help get you guys as much attention as she deserves. This needs to go global. And I know that the family is wanting to change laws and make big waves so that this doesn't keep happening to your children there. So this is the flyer for Saturday that I was looking for to pull up. It is October 30th from 10 until 2 p.m. at the Jack in the Box intersection. Please join the family. Please join them and make sure you wear your mask, social distance. As we're seeing, the news media is coming out now. We went several weeks without any news reports begging them to report, and now they have been at every rally. We need to give them a reason to keep coming to the rallies. Keep putting her face out there. Keep making the news reports, and they're the ones pressuring the police right now. We need them. So please, like, come join these rallies, give the news somebody to look at, give them something to talk about. The more people there, the better. It will make a bigger impression. You know, nobody's afraid of just 3 people. We need as many people at these rallies as we possibly can get to make the biggest difference. Let me look at the chat. Sorry, guys. It's hard whenever I'm sharing my screen. They're guilty. CPS is corrupt. Google my last name and CPS and huge court case for my niece. I've wanted to touch base on this, but it gets so emotional. Yeah, it's bad everywhere. Like, we have to do something in our country. We have to change our systems. You know, there shouldn't be foster kids going missing the way that they do. It's awful. And I know that they're not doing due diligence reaching out to family members, because otherwise we wouldn't have so many people saying, well, why couldn't I get my niece? Why couldn't I get my nephew? Why couldn't I get, you know, my daughter or my son or whoever? Like, it's awful. This shouldn't be like this. Can we put flyers where we are at so others can be? Yeah, absolutely, Tammy. There are flyers in Pennsylvania right now. There are flyers in Washington State. There was a couple other states where people are putting flyers. Put her name out there, because the more we get her name out there, the more interest that we get in this case, the better. Like, if you guys need flyers sent to you, I know that there are people on the island who have been sending flyers out. Please, please put that out there. Please watch the link for the YouTube channel. What are you talking about, Shauna F? Yeah, the more we can get the flyers out, the better. We want this to be national attention. Like I said, we don't want this getting swept under the rug any more than it possibly can. Like I said, this case was getting almost virtually no attention in the beginning, and we are slowly building the attention, building the pressure. Somebody eventually is going to crack, because that's where we're at with this. We're just waiting for somebody to crack. You know, they have a large family, and I feel like there are several of them that probably know exactly what happened. And it's just a matter of time, the way that they are spinning out. Especially on social media. There's one in particular who is spinning out daily on social media. It's just a matter of time before they completely lose it and crack. Okay, there's a tarot card reading on Facebook. Crystal and her husband, their brother has not been to work. Why are they not there if they got nothing to hide? I didn't know that their brother hadn't been going to work. Are you talking about Kalani? That's crazy. I didn't know that. You know, maybe though their work might not want them there because of everything going on with the backlash in the community. I know that people have been hanging flyers outside of their work. We tried to plan a protest outside of the Boots and Kimono restaurant. Unfortunately, there was only 2 people who showed up. So we need more people to show up to these rallies and put the pressure on, because a Saturday, a Sunday at that restaurant will make a big impact on putting pressure on this family. So I just want to thank everybody who has been sharing her picture, who has been getting her story out there. You know, keep doing what you're doing, keep showing up, keep being there for this baby. You know, this family is doing what they can, the biological family. They are doing everything they can to get her face out there in the public. Even if the Kaluas are not guilty, they are doing nothing. You know, let me show you what Lehua jumped. Whoops. Let me show you what she changed her profile picture to. We've got people in this group who don't even know her, who have their profile picture is her. And then this is Hold on. This is Lehua's profile picture. What about that says that my daughter is missing? Like, she has a blank background and then leaves. What about that says, hey, please help me find my daughter? You know, this is supposed to be her baby. This is supposed to be a child that she loves. And this is her picture. Like, really? Come on. You don't even want to attempt to appear to spread awareness? You know, are you guys the ones ripping down the flyers? Come on. So I apologize again, though, for the live being canceled that we were originally supposed to have. Julie's phone died. So unfortunately, you know, we weren't able to get her on here with me, but we will. She'll come on because she doesn't mind coming on. Other people don't mind coming on. You know, they're not afraid to speak out, to put her name out there. You know, a lot of the family has. So this is all I really have, though, guys. I just wanted to show you the update on where this fundraiser is. Thank you guys for coming out to the protest. Thank you for being on the petition. Keep sharing the petition. Keep sharing the protest stuff. Keep sharing her face. Of course, they are ripping the flyers down. Yeah, like, why? Why would you do that? You know, it just doesn't make any sense. You know, whenever I first started covering this case, if you look at like the first 2 or 3 videos, I was staying very neutral. Like, I showed where the sex offenders lived. I showed the whole area. Like, I was trying to stay very neutral and not accuse anybody. And then it just gets to the point where it's like, what are you guys doing? Like, you're not even trying to make yourselves look innocent at this point. You're just not even trying. I mean, they cussed out the police whenever they went to their house the other day. They cussed out the police, told them not to come back without a warrant. Like, who does that? But your baby's missing? And then somebody else sent me a message and said that the day of the search, they refused to let the dogs come on the property at first. They didn't want the search dogs there. Like, why? Your baby, like, supposedly wandered off, but you don't want search dogs? Like, it just blows my mind. It just really does. Like, I don't know. We're to the point now where it's like, who's gonna speak up first? So Tammy, the slime story came from whenever they were still in foster care. As a foster care child, you're not allowed to, as a foster parent, I should say, you're not allowed to even get a haircut for the child without approval. Like, they can't do any changes to their appearance. They can't do any of that. And the story that the family was told whenever they went to visit, Ariel's hair was all hacked off like this. And she had previously had extremely beautiful long hair. Let me find you a picture of it. You know, whenever she was first put into their care, she had extremely beautiful, extremely long hair. And what had happened, according to the story, that the 12-year-old, she would have been 8 at the time, told her family during the visitation was that Ariel had gotten goop in her hair, like the slime stuff. And Lehua was extremely angry, and she threw scissors at the 8-year-old and forced her to cut Ariel's hair off as punishment. And then, because they can't take them for haircuts legally, they refused to get her haircut fixed to look anything like it should as punishment. That's the story I was told. And she's had that short haircut style ever since. So I don't know. I can't verify how true that story is, but this is just what I was told. You know, there's a lot of things. People were upset by this picture, and there was somebody saying that this picture took place in in the biological family's care, not inside of the Kalua's care. However, we have the original photo is her on Easter. I just posted it the other day, and you can see the family in the picture. It's not her biological family. It is, in fact, the adoptive family. Of course, there's like 2,000 posts, so I'm probably not going to be able to find it. But I do have the original picture for anybody who wants to see it that's questioning whether or not, you know, it was edited or whatever. You can see her bruises in the original picture as well. And it's on Easter Sunday. All the other children are smiling. I did blur out the other children's face. All the other children are smiling except for Ariel. She looks upset. She looks hurt. Yeah, none of the abuse happened in the bio care. It was all in the Kaluas. The bio family only lost the children because of their drug history. They lost their home. And whenever they lost their home, they lost custody. They basically turned custody over at that point. And originally, the children had went to the biological grandmother house on the mother's side. And whenever her significant other was in a motorcycle accident, the caseworker determined that they were no longer fit to have the children because of his physical condition. And so they took the children out of the biological grandmother's care and put them into the Kalua's care at that point. We do know her hair was cut. Yes, Tammy, her hair was cut, and it was cut by the older sister at the Kalua's house. Yes. The Kaluas also made a request that the search teams do not go near their home. I have a snapshot of it. Hey, send that over to me. You know, a lot of the stuff from the first couple days I don't have. So if you guys have screenshots or pictures or anything of the early searches, please send them over, because I didn't start following this case until September 20th. And that was the day that they called off the search parties. So I missed a lot of that first week of searches as far as the small details go. I can obviously look up and see on the web, you know, the details of it based off of the news. But a lot of you have been following this since day one. We're at the searches day one. So you guys, you know, have the information. I do have a lot of people in my inbox, but nobody has really told me too much about the first week. So please, if you have stuff like that we can put out, send it over. Good vibes. Thank you, Christina. Good vibes to you guys too, though. Like, honestly, none of this would be possible. Everything that's happening is because of this community. I'm just a person on YouTube sharing flyers and putting her face out there. I'm trying my best to get her story to as many people as possible, but I'm like a nothing channel. You know, I don't want this for personal gain. This is literally just because, you know, I feel like my heart goes to her. And it goes to her family. I've been talking to them. I talk to a lot of her family members almost on the daily basis now. And you get like emotionally attached. And even though I've never met her, like my heart breaks for her. And it breaks for her family. It breaks for her sisters. Like I'm really scared for them. I'm really worried about the fact that even if the Kaluas do not get custody back, say they're not even arrested. Let's say nothing happens, but they don't get custody back. They're going to reach out to their family to take these babies before they reach out to anyone else. And that's terrifying, because we have seen the way that her family on the outside is. We've seen the pictures of the different stuff that they're involved in. And so it makes it hard to even picture these babies going to the other people in their family. Which, of course, I don't think I ever posted the pictures to the Facebook group. I think I just had them on my live stream. But, you know, like, these people watched her decline. And to think about the fact that if she's found, she's going to go back to this house. She went from a happy, healthy baby to not. And so it's just awful to think about. You're on the outside, which is a huge help. So I'm sure you're learning the way people are in Hawaii. Yeah, so it's been interesting for sure. Like I said, you guys are all like one big family. It's funny because you get the same dynamics as you would in like a large family picture because of how tight knit this community is. So you have like, the cousin that doesn't like the other cousin and they're fighting over in this corner. And then we got this one that's like thinks that one's a snitch. And so they're both messaging me, snitching on each other. And like, it's just so funny because it's like fighting siblings. But we got to take it as it comes, and we just got to try to push that all down and ignore what else is going on in this group and in the environment. And we need to just, support her. That's what this is about. It's not about fighting with each other. It's not about who can search the best. It's not about, making sure that, oh, I hung up more flyers than you or anything like that. It's this, none of this is about us. Not one thing in this whole situation is about us. It's about Ariel and it's about her siblings. She's got 3 sisters. Even if we can't find her, God forbid, we have 3 sisters that we need to look out for. People are scared to support because of the way people retaliate. That's what I'm hearing. Everybody's telling me about how awful it is with the retaliation there. She does look like a completely different child. Completely different. She goes from this like, not plump, but a healthy looking child to, skin and bones by the time the last couple pictures were taken. And it speaks volumes to me about the fact that she, let me stop screen sharing so that I can pull up this message. It speaks volumes to me about how big the change is. Thanks. Yeah. So Tammy, I've been going everywhere, like every group. I've shared it to every group that I'm a member of multiple times. Some of the groups don't like that. So some of them didn't post it, unfortunately, but that's okay because I'm just going to keep trying. And then I've been on like the Domino's ad on my Facebook and like the AT&T and Verizon ads. And I'm like, oh man, you have great cell phone service. Hey, you know what though? Isabella Kalua is missing. And just doing stuff like that. And they don't delete my comments because I comment on the product first. And then I drop her story underneath of it. So it's like a little loophole that I found. Where are the sisters currently? So the sisters, there is, I don't think I'm allowed to say their location, but we do know where they are. They are unfortunately separated right now. Yeah, they should have helped them find housing. Exactly. You would think that that's what would have happened, okay? If you're having issues where you're down financially or whatever, I know in my state specifically, they'll put you in a drug and alcohol program before they take your children. And they'll put you like in housing and they'll put you on an allowance and they'll do all those things, give you a rent payee, like they set you up and they try everything they can to not take your babies. Unfortunately, they're living in a tent still. So they just got out of drug treatment and they are in a tent right now. The GoFundMe, I will say, is not going to the biological parents. They didn't want to touch it because they didn't want people to think that they were going to use it for drugs or anything else like that. It's all going into the hands of the biological grandmother and the aunts so that they can do what they need to with the lawyers. My godson was in CPS and they reached out to me to become his foster before putting him in a stranger's home. I don't understand why CPS didn't do this for Ariel. They should have looked at all the family. So we're hearing that Miley may actually be good friends with the aunt and the adoptive mom. And so that could be part of it. This was a paycheck for both of them, unfortunately. CPS gets a kickback. They have quotas that they have to reach. Chances are she was down on her quota and needed to place children outside of the care. And she had a friend who needed the paycheck from 4 children and couldn't have babies. So she went ahead and did it, even though there was red flags. Okay, wait, let me pull up this message. Sorry. Did you send it to my personal inbox or the Sleuth Mom inbox? Not seeing anything. So I don't know, guys. Like, I appreciate everybody who's been coming out, though. Keep sharing her story. Keep reaching out to creators that can help propel this bigger. Because, like I said, I'm a nobody. I don't even have, any subs yet. Like, I'm just like, I can only push this so far. So please just keep pushing it. Keep doing what we can, Sleuth Mom. Okay. No, I'm not seeing it yet. I don't know why. No. It's okay. I'll share it in the group, though. There's a reason she can't have babies. The Lord knows her intentions. Yeah. Yeah, everything happens for a reason, Unfortunately, even bad things like this, God gives us free will. And with our free will comes terrible tragedies like this. But he's going to use this to do a good thing. I can feel it. She may have perished or she might be in a terrible situation. But God can take this terrible thing that has happened and he can make it be for all the right reasons. He can take her name and her story and he can change the nation if we propel this high enough. We could get social reform. Think of all the children that we can save in CPS care if we can get this situation resolved so that this never happens again to another child. It sucks to think about losing one to save millions, but could we do that? Could we make her name mean something? That's what needs to happen with this. We need to make her name mean something. And she needs all of you. She needs Ariel's army to help propel this and to make it happen. Don't give up, don't back down, and don't stop pushing for her. We need to get some biker groups in on this. They won't be scared and they help children. We do. So like a big part of this island right now, the reason I had to turn the anonymous post button on is the first or second week that I was covering this case, I literally was getting so many messages asking me to post this and post that. And can you put this up? Can you put that up? And it got to the point where I was like, listen, is it that bad? Like, they're all terrified. They're terrified of this family that was given 4 small children. Everyone is terrified. The whole island. There's only a few people that are willing to speak out and show their faces publicly. Everyone else is hiding behind fake names. They're hiding behind, different profile pictures. They're hiding behind the anonymous post button because everyone's terrified. But we trusted these people with babies? Really? 4 of them? And the whole island is scared of them? Nah, come on. That's ridiculous. You were sending it to the messenger without. Okay. Let me look. Let me save it real quick, and then I will pull it up. That way it doesn't show who you are. Sorry for the delay in talking. Now I gotta find it. I don't think this is... Where did I just save it to? Sorry, I guess I should have wrote on it before I did it. Instead of just clicking the button. This is what happens whenever you guys watch a new YouTuber. We get moments like this where it's like, what's going on? Sorry. Maybe someday I'll be good at this, but for now, you guys get the newbie, unfortunately. Here it is. Let me blow it up and we'll screen share it. Okay, so it says on Tuesday, volunteers were told to stay away from the Puha Street home where the little girl disappeared. The girl's biological aunt said it was because they were asked not to go there. When asked why, Jamie Kumai said, "It's just for respect and boundaries of those parties." Lehua and Isaac Kalua haven't publicly participated in any search efforts. HNN has also learned through multiple sources that they have asked for an attorney. On Thursday, HNN did get in touch with someone over the phone at the Kalua residence and gave them a chance to tell their side of the story. A man said HPD detectives instructed them not to speak to the press. HNN asked HPD officials if it was true and has not received a response. So if there's one thing that I have learned in following true crime cases, there is like anytime the HPD or the police officials refuse to give a response, that 95% of the time means that whatever it is happened or didn't happen. And they don't want to publicly out the parents and make it look more suspicious than they already are. Because chances are, I heard they were already dealing with death threats at this point. They wouldn't want to make them look more guilty. So the fact that anytime that I see like HPD is not responding or not saying that it happened or not confirming it, that means that whatever it is true. They refused or not true, I guess I should say in this case. They didn't want to confirm the fact that these parents are just being complete and total jerks. Like they're not cooperating at all. We've seen news article after news article saying that they don't cooperate. I've heard stories about them not letting the dogs in their house. I've heard stories about, all of this. And they lawyered up instantly. And so it just makes them look really bad. I have family in a bike group who says they would do a bike ride for Ariel. Yes, absolutely. Let's make that happen. You let me know when we can get bike rides going. That would even be awesome to do during a rally. And we can get the flyers made for it. You could even do it to benefit the GoFundMe, even to get the lawyer. That would be amazing as well. We need to help this family come up with stuff. They've got 18 days until court. So anything that we can do is for the good. We've got to figure out a way to help this family. And I am like 100% against GoFundMe's 99% of the time. You know what I mean? Like, I hate GoFundMe. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it because it brings so much negativity to cases. But this is like the first and only case I can honestly say that I'm like, no, we need a GoFundMe. Like, we need this to happen because they're not trying to do this so that they can like financially benefit. This isn't their 16th GoFundMe on their 20th bike ride, you know, so that they can keep just living off of these GoFundMes. This is literally like they need a lawyer. This lawyer that they specifically really want to get because he's amazing. He wants a $15,000 retainer. Yeah, so they just did a rally in front of the CPS building yesterday afternoon. They did one, I believe it was 2 weeks ago as well, and we're trying to plan another one. Every time they go, it's so funny because they have the police sit there and watch to make sure that, you know, nobody is going to cause any havoc. A family member and officers on this case stated that they went to Crystal's house and was met with ignorance, swearing to get the F out of here. Yeah, that's what I've heard. And that they've heard multiple times also not to come back without a warrant. So what do you do in that situation? If you're going to try to talk to these people, you don't have any proof yet. You just want to talk to them. What do you do whenever you're facing a lawyer and warrants and threats? You can't do anything. Like, the police just have to walk away. And that's why we need people to come forward. You know, you guys have to stop being scared. Use the anonymous tip line, please. $10,000 could be yours, or 11,000 rather. I appreciate it, Tammy. I just know how I would feel if this was my child. Like, what if it was my baby who wasn't getting any attention, who wasn't getting any social media notice, any attention by the police weren't telling me anything. Like, what if it was me? I would want somebody to help. I would want somebody to put her name out there or his name out there as much as possible. And that's all I'm trying to do. I want to help these cases that are getting no coverage because it happens too much. We have too many people that go completely unnoticed. And it's sad. And then it's even worse whenever it's these kids in the foster care system because of the social media policies. There's hardly any pictures. There's hardly any information. And so if you can't get the community to come out and talk, the case goes nowhere. You know, we're looking at that right now in the case in Pennsylvania. You know, we've got very, very limited details. They only put up a picture of just her face. Just her face. Like, how are people supposed to identify her seeing just her face? It's just, I don't know what to do whenever you're looking at things like that. What do you even do? Like, we've got to figure out a way to make a change and to make this better so that whenever kids go missing, we can actually help. You know, no child should go missing unnoticed. Do you know what lawyer it is? I have a couple awesome attorneys that I can talk to, possibly help, and maybe discounted or pro bono. Listen, reach out to Taryn and Jamie because they are the ones who are trying to deal with the lawyers. And it's just a lot right now. Taryn, I know, is intending to stay home from the rally. She lives on the other island. She's going to stay home from the rally this weekend, even though she really wanted to be there because she has to figure out a lawyer situation. You know, like I said, they've only got $2,000 right now, $2,100, and they're working. Like, these aunts and this grandma that are trying to get this attorney, they're all professionals. They're working around the clock as much as they possibly can. They're picking up extra stuff. Taryn was going to fill in for Jamie or Julie coming live tonight. Unfortunately, she picked up a tutoring job to try to help out and to raise extra money so that she can fly back and forth as much as she has been. Like, it all costs money. And so between that and needing to pay for the lawyer, they're just in a really tight spot, but they're not going to give up. And they're not going to stop trying. And they're not going to stop doing whatever they have to do, whatever they have to sell, whatever. They're going to do it so that they can get this lawyer, so that they can try to save these kids. Could you imagine them going to live with Tasha and Ned, or Crystal and Kalani? Are you kidding me? Like, you guys are all terrified of these people. Could you imagine these children getting sent to one of these other family members? We got to make sure this doesn't happen. We have to. Yes, bikers have rallies to raise money for children. Yeah, if we could do a bike run, that would be amazing. Charge like $15, $20 to ride in it and put all the money raised to the family. You guys could set something like that up. Like, let's do it. You know, we could have it this next weekend or whenever. Like, let's get it all set up. You guys need to like come together. Let's do a bike run. If you guys know bikers, let's do it. Let's raise this money. Let's help them. It really is a sad situation, Johnny. It's awful. And, you know, we have to come together as much as we possibly can. So I appreciate you guys who came out just to listen to me kind of chat. I really had, like I said, the interview planned, and we were going to talk about stuff, but so I didn't really have much to talk about on my own. I apologize. It's just kind of rambling, but I appreciate you guys coming out to watch and be here, and like keep sharing. Maybe not this video because it was awful, but keep sharing the other stuff so that we can get her face out there as much as possible. Reach out to Ken Lawson. Lawson is the one who publicly aired the largest corruption in the judiciary system. So I'm not sure exactly who the lawyer is that they reached out to currently. From what I understand, he's a pretty big name, but like I said, he wanted a $15,000 retainer. So that's where we are. Here's Elena. We've spoken to Samuel King, and that's a no-go. Don't want to get into details, but yes, we're still looking for a lawyer. So that's an ante right there. You know, and this is what I mean. Like they need the help, you guys. Whatever we can do to get this help to them. This is about these children. This is about this baby that's missing. So we need to get it out there. We need to help them. Ken Lawson can air it. I had my husband post a flyer at work, not mention where, but it's a huge place, and people are asking for updates from me, and nobody, just a mom who hurt for this little girl in a story. Yeah, Christina, that's where I am too. I don't know this person I don't know her from Adam. Like, I don't know her. I don't know this family personally, but how could you not hurt for her? You know, we still got so many people who don't know about this case. Our group is 1,500 people. You have 5,000 people just in the city that she went missing from. So we still have a lot of ground to cover. There's still a lot of people who don't know about her, even just on your island, not even nationally, but everywhere. The YouTube from LA saw her cards, said this case will be solved and the people will be held accountable. I really hope that it's true. Just hearing that will keep everyone pushing to find her. That's how. Yeah, and nothing's being said about it. And okay, so this is where the issue is. I'm not saying that police are not investigating. I'm sure they are. However, in other cases that I followed, whenever you look at Gannon Stauch, Summer Wells, you know, just to name two of them, the police were coming out daily for the first couple weeks, giving the tip count, giving the information, giving the updates. And then after they stopped doing daily, they did weekly to let us know where they were and that they were still looking at it, just so that people could see the reassurance that, okay, this is still moving forward. And I wish the police in this case would do that. Like, I wish that they would just come out weekly and be like, hey, you know, Isabella Kalua is still missing. Our current tip count is at, you know, 753 tips. And then that way, the following week, if we see it go up to 760 tips, we get excited because, oh man, 7 more people called in. Like, that's awesome. Maybe it was the case. Maybe it was the thing that's going to break the case. And so I wish that HPD would do that. And if somebody has a connection with HPD, suggest that, because it would take a lot of the public criticism that they're not doing anything off of the table. Somebody posted a video of like a little Halloween skit that they made. And it's kind of like, okay, so you guys had time to do this little Halloween special, which is great, but you haven't updated us at all about where Isabella's case is. And so if they have a social media, that would be an easy thing to do. Just put her flyer up every week and put how many tips there are. That's all you have to do. We're still investigating. There's 253 tips. We're still investigating. There's 300 tips. And it'll give people hope that there's still something to look for. Miles Brainer is a friend of mine. I'll call him. Yes, please. Absolutely call him. Give him Jamie or Taryn or Elena. Give him somebody's phone number, or reach out to me and I'll get him in contact with somebody if you don't have their phone number. That lawyer question is one my husband brought home from a colleague as well. Yes, they need a lawyer. They need people to help donate to the GoFundMe, guys. It's in the link in the description of this video. Please help share it. If people are wanting to help, do not donate on the petition. Donate on the GoFundMe. The petition company keeps all the money. Oh, somebody gave me a dislike on my video. Come on, guys. I know it's rough, but rude. No, but so I don't know, guys. Just like I said, it's in the link of the description here. Donate to the GoFundMe. #Ariel's Army. Yeah. That's what we are, guys. We're Ariel's Army, and we just got to keep spreading this information as much as we possibly can. So I'm going to go ahead and close down because I was only going to be on for like 15 minutes and it's been an hour now. So I'm going to try to ease into that workplace, whatever is allowed workplace policy. Try to get a flyer up for the GoFundMe for a lawyer. That would be awesome. That would be a great way to do it. Honestly, I can actually have somebody make the flyer and we can get it posted to the group, even for it to be easily printed out for a GoFundMe. We have somebody who seems to be fairly decent at making flyers in this group somewhere. So we can definitely get that going. And in the meantime, I'm definitely going to talk to everybody about the bike rally, because that sounds like an amazing way to bring a positive bike run into this case. That would be awesome. Link the group, please, or add a description. The Facebook group? Okay, hold on one second. I can get that for you. Okay, so the Facebook group is in the 3rd paragraph of the description, I believe. Let me click it and see. But I can also link it and drop it in the chat, or if somebody else can link it and drop it in the chat. Oh, the link's not working. Okay, hold on. Let me get that for you. Right now, sorry. It goes very slow whenever I'm live streaming. Not set up for this. Okay, so I'll update the video description too, because I didn't realize that the link was broken. So this is Isabella's Facebook group. This is just one of 3, pretty much. There is this one and another one that have been open since the beginning. This one just happened to get bigger because, it's the one that I run. And so like with my YouTube videos and stuff like that, people have just joined it more, I feel like. But the other one is great too. It's ran by Alert to Locate. Let me get you their link as well. They're a really great organization that tries to focus on, again, like cases in the shadows. They don't just focus on the big cases that get popular. So those are the two Facebook groups right there that are like the main groups. So, but anyways, thank you everybody for coming out. I'm going to go ahead and close in prayer like I normally do, because like I say every time, it's important that we keep God in the center of all of this. You know, he is the one that's going to bring light to this case and help us to find Ariel. So thank you, Father, for letting us come together and have a great live tonight in Ariel's name. Dear Lord, please weigh heavy on the hearts of the people who know where she is. Help them to want to come forward, Lord, and give them a peace of mind if they do. You know, I pray that you stir their hearts until they do, Lord. Don't let them sleep. Don't let them eat. Don't let them focus on anything but what happened to her until they come forward, Lord. Be with these officers that are searching for this little girl, dear Lord. Help them to know the right places to search and to know where to look for her. And be with this group, Lord, Ariel's Army. Help us to desire to want to keep pushing her name forward and pushing her story out there until she comes home. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Sorry. Tarot reader. I don't mistake or a fake person. I'm not sure what you guys are talking about. But anyways, have a good night, everybody. We'll talk to you hopefully tomorrow with Jolie. All right, bye.